welcome to Deck Pass Live. We're here, the final night of the TYR Pro Swim Series, and we're going to go ahead and give you a live look at the men's 400 freestyle with Rowdy and Bill for the call.
Thank you, Maritza. It is the men's 400-meter freestyle. 8 finalists in the field. ZANE GROTHE, the points leader, coming into Atlanta and coming into the night, is included in this. He finished 3rd in the 200 freestyle earlier and also won the 800 free, and it's one of the reasons why he sits atop the TYR Pro Series standings to this point. But it's pretty crowded in the men's field, and this is the second of 6 stops along the way that's going to take us into late summer and the fantastic summer championships that are coming up. So ZANE GROTHE will be in lane number 5, see if he can strengthen that hold on first place in this Pro Swim Series. Dare Rose is in lane number 1, 15 years of age. He's out of New Jersey. This is his 5th event. Trey Freeman out of Tennessee, a 17-year-old. He was 5th in the 800. He'll be in lane 2. Jeremy Backshaw of Canada, 6th in the 200 free. Finished 5th in the 400 freestyle at the Pan Am Games in 2015. Marwan El-Kamesh of Egypt to be in lane 4. GROTHE is in lane 5. Demetrius Demetriou from the University of North Carolina in lane number 6. He was 5th in the 200. Jacob McGahee from Swim Atlanta, swimming at home, 4th in the 800, is in lane 7. And from Indiana University, rounding out the field in lane 8, it'll be Nick Carlson. And there's a look at ZANE GROTHE now, 25 years of age, from Boulder City, Nevada. And this Pro Swim Series, Rowdy, is wonderful for a guy like ZANE GROTHE to make a name for himself and really prepare for what's ahead this summer.
Boy, he has just taken off the last year, and especially, Bill, just the last couple of months. He became the fastest swimmer in history in the 500-yard and the 1650-yard freestyle at the Winter Nationals back in December, and what was a little bit of a surprise, not so much that he won, but the speed in which he did it. 4:07 he went in the 500 freestyle and 14:15 in the 1650. He broke the record in the 1650 by 4 seconds. Unbelievable what he was able to put together at those Winter Nationals.
Egypt in lane number 4 gets out to the very early lead. Then if you are the best in the world at 500 yards over the next couple of years, how do you discipline yourself to be a dominant performer in the 400 meters?
It's a big difference. The walls are huge in a 500-yard freestyle. And I have seen a lot of great short course swimmers fail long course because they just can't handle the distance between those walls. They've got to have those walls to back them up. But I think ZANE GROTHE is really one of those guys that can perform long course. He's touched upon it a little bit. He's already been 344 in the 400 free. He did that last summer at the World Championships. He finished 7th at the World, so you know he's got it in him. He just needs to be able to drop another 2 or 3 seconds. I know that sounds like a lot, but really doesn't have to drop that much considering how much he dropped in the 500, Bill.
Well, ZANE GROTHE at 3:48.59. That's the 4th best time in the world this season. His personal best, 3:44.43, would be the best in the world this season. It's GROTHE in lane 5, side by side with Marwan El-Kamesh of Egypt. And at that turn, GROTHE comes out with a very slight lead. He's in the gold cap.
Right. 153.7 to 153.8 for El-Kamesh. El-Kamesh, by the way, was 3rd in the 800 freestyle to ZANE GROTHE. And Andrew Abruzzo, the youngster and world junior champ, who did not swim the 400 freestyle. From Egypt. You've got 4 different countries represented here in the 400. GROTHE now starting to take just a little bit more of an edge.
Head and shoulders the lead right now for ZANE GROTHE in lane number 5. 25 nations converged in Atlanta to compete in this facility, which hosted the 1996 Summer Olympic swimming competition. And after that turn, look at the lead. It was head and shoulders, and now it's a half body length or more the lead for ZANE GROTHE in 5 over Al Kamash in lane 4.
Well, he is definitely trying to concentrate on the back half of this race. Amazing to think and look back at the Olympic Games some 22 years ago, Bill, and look at the times. Back then, we thought those times were out of this world. 3:47.9 won the men's 400 freestyle, and that would not even be ranked in the top 10 in the world last year. Shows you how fast the sport has gotten. But El Kamash kind of hanging in there with ZANE GROTHE, and ZANE GROTHE is breathing to the right, and so is El Kamash, who can see him coming home. Can ZANE GROTHE even sense that he's there? ZANE GROTHE's got to run a race.
A lot more urgency, those final strokes, and ZANE GROTHE gets the win in lane number 5, 3:48.84, just to outtouch Marwan Al Kamash, who put forth a fantastic finish. But ZANE GROTHE, with the victory, will strengthen his hold on first place for the time being in the TYR Pro Swim Series. He may not have seen him, but he probably could sense that he was there, and there was some urgency those final strokes.
And these are the kinds of races that a ZANE GROTHE, who doesn't have a lot of international experience, needs. This is just what the doctor ordered. Win or lose, you want to try to get yourself in a race where it is a nip and tuck all the way to the end. Again, the time is about what he went a month ago in Austin at the Grand Prix, or at the Pro Swim rather. So the time is not important, but racing to the end and beating a world-class swimmer and El Kamash is important.
3:48.84, the winning time for ZANE GROTHE from the Badger Swim Club, and a Boulder City, Nevada native. And with that performance, again, he has been very good so far in this TYR Pro Swim Series. He came into this weekend as the points leader, and after a win in the 800 and a third place finish in the 200 free, he wraps up the competition with the victory over El Kamash in the 400 meter freestyle. Jeremy Bagshaw finishes in third. Freeman, McGahee, Demetrio, Rose, and Carlson round out the field in this final event in Atlanta. Hoping to get an opportunity to visit with the winner, and there he is. And ZANE GROTHE, I mentioned to Rowdy just a moment ago that this TYR Pro Swim Series is a wonderful opportunity for you to develop through the season and get ready for the summer. And with a couple of wins and a third place finish, it has been a good weekend for you.
Yeah, I'm really happy that we are essentially going to have one a month to really practice on race strategy and potentially race some races we're not used to.
It just seems like you're getting better and better at feeling this long course format. Obviously, we know what you did in December, that amazing performance you did at Winter Nationals, but it seems like you're carrying on that momentum now to long course.
Yeah, I didn't take any time off, and I didn't want to lose anything with a break, so I jumped right back into it.
Well, congratulations, Zane. Super swim here and a great meet.
Thanks, Rowdy.
Still atop the standings in the TYR Pro Swim Series, ZANE GROTHE, the victor in the men's 400 meter free. Let's go back to the desk and rejoin Maritza McClendon on Deck Pass Live.
Hey everybody, thanks for joining us. What a fantastic race that was. I swear every night tonight has been a very close race, very exciting. Again, ZANE GROTHE topping in that men's 400 freestyle. So joining us live here right now is Ryan Murphy, our 3-time Olympic gold medalist from Rio and the current world record holder in the 100 backstroke. Thank you so much for joining us, Ryan.
Yeah, thank you guys a lot for having me. This is awesome.
So we're actually going to take a quick look at your 100 backstroke race tonight. Fantastic swim where you won the 100 backstroke. Let's see what Rowdy and Bill had to say about it.
All right.
Just get a lane. That's all he cares about. He's at that point in his career where he can do that. Looking very easy and smooth going out. 25.7 on his feet. That's looking like a nice Ryan Murphy first 50 that I've seen him do over and over during his incredible career. Looking very good. A relay who might have the prettiest backstroke you'll ever see in a swimmer, right there underneath the water, kind of like a little piece of balsa wood floating on top of the water. He's not going to be able, he might be able to catch him, Murphy, and I think no, Murphy got him.
Wow, But looking at that race, you're coming right down to the wire, all the way stroke for stroke into the wall. How does it feel to watch it live? Did you actually feel that excitement as you were racing and knew that it was going to be that close?
Yeah, I mean, I'm still like a little kid when I race. So, you know, the excitement and the adrenaline when I get up to the blocks is always there. So, I kind of live for that last 25 where the legs are burning and you kind of have to find a way to get to the wall. So it's great. I love watching race video. I learn something every time I watch. So it's pretty cool watching that race.
Very cool. Well, Ryan, as we all know, you're a 3-time Olympic gold medalist from Rio. Now, you had a disappointing 2012 Olympic trials where you just missed making the team. How do you kind of reset yourself and get ready to do another quadrennial and come back so strong in 2016?
Yeah, I think anytime you go to a big meet, you gain experience.
Right.
And I think that's the main thing I gained in 2012. That was the biggest meet I'd ever been to at that point. And so, I went in, I had a bunch of nerves, and I think that kind of showed up between semis and finals in my races. Specifically in the 200 back, that was the race where, going in, I didn't think I'd be top 2, but I was like, if Ryan Lochte or Tyler Clary slip on the start, I'll be right there.
Yep.
And so that's kind of the thought process I had going in. And I put a lot of pressure on myself. And coming out of that meet, I learned that you could be in great physical shape, but if the mental side isn't sharp as well, you're not going to perform well. And so that's something I really took into the next 4 years, really worked on the mental side, and I think that's something that helps me a bunch in 2016.
Wow, that's great advice. And, I will say that I did a little research on you, and I saw an article that you wrote for the Players Tribune recently, and you talked about your experience as a first-time Olympian. And I have to say, you had 5 tips, all fantastic, but one that really stood out was where you said to make sure that you keep the pleasure greater than the pressure. So it really speaks to how you just said about your 100 backstroke and recovering from 2012, from your 200 backstroke, recovering from 2012 and getting ready for 2016. Do you share that with the athletes that you get to interact with and the youngsters coming up?
Yeah, I think it's super important to embrace the racing, embrace the friendships, embrace the thing that makes the sport so great, as opposed to thinking about the pain, thinking about losing a race. Just keeping your thoughts in a positive place. And if you could keep it fun, you're going to end up performing better. So, that's kind of the way I've approached it over the past couple of years.
Awesome. I love the positive mindset. So speaking of friendships, keeping the friendships, you train at Cal Berkeley.
Yep.
You have a great training group. Tell us a little bit about who you train with and how it's going right now, and you guys prepare for 2020.
Yeah. So I think I think we have the best training group in the world. Obviously I'm a little bit biased, but
it's pretty strong though. It's pretty strong.
It's very good. Our post-grad group is Nathan Adrian, Tom Shields, Josh Pernot, me, Jacob Pepley, and then a guy named Long Gutierrez who swims for Mexico, and Wyatt Hodges, who's getting his PhD at Cal. So we all train with the college guys, and it's just a great atmosphere every day. We all want to be the best, and we're all striving to get to that level. So when you have guys pushing each other every day, each of us jockeying to be the best, it creates a really cool atmosphere, and I wouldn't want to be anyplace else.
So has life really changed a lot since Rio?
Not really. The only thing that's different is, when I come to these meets, younger kids want my autograph. And, I think that's something that's really cool, and I don't take that lightly. I want to be a role model. I want to be someone that these kids can look up to, that they can learn from, that they can, hopefully they want to aspire to be like me. Hopefully I'm doing a great job. But, outside of that, nothing's really changed. I'm still the same person. I still have the same exact friends. I do the same exact things. So, nothing, from that perspective, not much has changed.
Great. Well, Ryan, it's been great chatting with you. I really love the positiveness that you're exuding right now.
Thank you.
And it shows in your racing. It shows right here on stage. And thank you so much for joining us today.
Yeah, thank you guys a lot for having me.
Awesome. Well, you guys stay tuned. Tonight, after the break, we're going to be closing out with a quick tribute to a coach that we all love so dearly here. And make sure you come back right after the commercial. Welcome back to the last session of the TYR Pro Swim Series here in Atlanta. We had some great racing, and honestly, it's kind of sad that we're wrapping things up right now. I had a great time here, but we really want to close out tonight's show paying tribute to a dear coach, a dear friend of ours here at Dynamo, who suddenly passed away last year, Jason Turcotte. Not only was he a great coach here in Georgia to all of his swimmers at Dynamo Swim Club, he was a dedicated husband, father of 3, and he loved all of his swimmers dearly. We really want to just pay a quick tribute, listen to hear from some of his closest friends that knew him best, and just want to say thank you for joining us here in Atlanta. I'm Maritza McClendon.
Was always on the cutting edge of technology, just wanted an improvement, and was willing to go out there and venture out there and see what new things could really help his program be the best it could be.
There's a combination for him where he was always trying to get to the deeper understanding of a kid's nature. It wasn't just the technical aspects, it wasn't just the psychological.
Really wanted the best for everybody. He was selfless in the way that he worked on behalf of the swimmers and the preparation and review that he put into each person's swims.
He was able to get his swimmers to achieve what he wanted to do.
He had a great sense of humor.
Believe it or not, he was a pretty good car singer.
We'd quote from Airplane, incessantly.
He had to be ready for it because he would just throw it in really quietly, and if you weren't paying attention, you were going to miss it.
He's always asking, how you doing today? I mean, checking in, with you to kind of get a pulse of how you are that day and what's going on. And I think from that, he also was able to, tailor workouts because he knew what was going to best fit what kind of mood you were in.
He really wanted to have a team that was holistically healthy.
Putting himself sometimes in their shoes and thinking about, well, what would it be like if I was a teenager right now in the situation they're in and experiencing it from their perspective and from their seat.
We were running the meet in May, and when I came in on Sunday morning, Jason wasn't on deck, and I asked some of the other coaches where he was, and I got some strange looks because it was unusual for him not to be there. When we got to the start of the meet and he wasn't here, then we began to worry.
Passed away in his sleep, which, peaceful way for him, but certainly selfishly, I guess, for everybody else, it was, certainly one of the more difficult ways.
I instantly felt empty, and I still feel that way today because there's a lot of things that come up in my daily routine where the person that I would have called, I can't pick up the phone and do that anymore.
Throughout the last year, there's probably not been a day when I haven't thought about Jason and thought about, his presence and his friendship. It's very strange to be here and to not have him here as well.
There's certainly quite a few notable swimmers that he worked directly with and are here, at this meet, swimming and continuing on that legacy. And I think that's what all staff and swimmers of Dynamo have said, we need to certainly continue on the legacy, not only just in the pool, but, out of the pool as well.
My advice to those trying to make the junior world team here at our trials is just do your job. Don't try and be different. Do what's worked for you. It's another meet. Get it done.